A couple is the most basic unit of a society, and so it's really important that they be happy. Besides a lot many things that can make a couple happy, there are good fragrances that really do make an impact on an overall being of a couple. So in today's episode, we are going to discuss 7 such fragrances. I'm not going to tell you incense brands as such, I'm just going to tell you the fragrances. You might want to use those fragrances to enhance the relationship between you two. So that's what the episode is going to be about. Namaste all you fragrant people, and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So in today's episode, let's discuss 7 fragrances which really do have an impact on our physical surrounding and also on our mental and emotional well-being, and in that sense, it has an impact on the relationship that we share with each other. So the fragrances, as we know, have an impact of a real physical impact on our body and our mind. And each fragrance has its own attributes that it brings about in our life. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss 7 incense fragrances with you, and I'm not really actually telling you incense brands because you might prefer one brand over the other. However, there are a lot of incense brands in the market. I might discuss, the things that the fragrances that I like. However, you're free to take whichever incense brand you prefer in these fragrances. So the first one is Dragon's Blood. Now, Dragon's Blood is a very important resin and fragrance in the sense that it helps us get rid of negative energies that's lingering in our physical space as such. So if you have like small entities or probably some black magic or some kind of evil eye or something, and if it's loitering around in your space, it has been stuck there for some time, it's time for you to get the Dragon's Blood, around. So what you do is you use the Dragon's Blood incense for say some time, probably 21 days or something, or probably in the evenings, specifically in the evenings and nights, you might just want to light this up so that you get rid of that energy. Once that is done, the space is cleared, and we do know that the relationship is impacted by evil eye or the which can manifest in forms of lack of communication with each other, or a feeling of hatred or animosity towards each other. So if we try to just dissolve these negative energies loitering around us in our space, in our physical space as such, we can to certain extent get rid of these issues. Now, before we go ahead in the in the episode, I just want to tell you that these are not the only things that are going to help you as a couple, but besides all the other things that you have been doing, so work up on your communication and try to respect each other and all of those things that we do need to take care of. These are things which will work for a couple who are actually actively wanting to make a difference, and try to get, they're trying to solve a problem that they feel is between them. So that's there. Of course, I'm not really talking of couples who are just living in, or boyfriend girlfriend type of couples who do not stay together. Why I said living in? Because we all know that yes, there are times when people cannot get married and then they're living together. That's a different thing, which happens mostly, I guess, abroad. But in India, many young couples these days live together. They live in, and yet they don't get married to each other. But why I'm talking specifically of married couples? Because there's a whole family that's involved. You have kids, you have in-laws, you have parents. So many things are involved. You have the financial problems. There are many things that happens in a couple's life which actually impacts the family. So that's the reason I'm talking specifically of married people here. So just take it from that point of view. Now, so my favorite fragrance, Dragon's Blood, was, I remember using Satya incense cones from, I don't remember, it was Bangalore or Mumbai, one of those, but I like that. So it was a kind of citrus note and it had some kind of floral to it, so I liked it. You might want to check out the episode that I've done, or you might just go ahead and get your own, incense brand that you prefer. So that was there. The second thing that we have, the second fragrance that we have is camphor. Camphor is extremely, extremely good, when it comes to managing the dynamics between the couples at the level of the energetics. So camphor is really good. However, what is more impactful other than the camphor incense, or probably more than the camphor incense, is camphor vaporizer or camphor warmers. So if you have those electrical stuff, which you just fix in the fixture, and then you put camphor in it, proper camphor in it, and then that emanates the fragrance of camphor in the house. That's good. And camphor vaporizers are really good. So you might just want to use this in the evenings, or if you can have a camphor cone which is like in your house all the time. That's a really good thing. Put this in your bedroom. And the camphor vaporizer or the camphor warmer, if you do not want to use it throughout the day, the least you could do is light it up in the evening sometime before you go hit the bed, and then let that be for around 3 to 4 hours, or probably round the clock at night. So that could be done. You're free to choose any of the incense cones that you have and incense brands that you have around. The vaporizers are there, Pure, Mangalam. These are the two names that I can clearly remember right now. You might just want to go and pick something that you like. So that's camphor. The third fragrance that I'd like to talk about is Palo Santo. Now, Palo Santo is an excellent stuff for couples. So if you have, there's some kind of bad vibe between you guys, or some kind of thing that's bogging you down as a couple, the emotional quotient of yours is down as a couple, and there's some difference lying between you which is not solved. Palo Santo can really bring it to fore, and it will help you guys solve that. So Palo Santo is really good at solving differences between couples, so you might just want to use Palo Santo. You could even use just the wood and smudge your house with it, so to get rid of the bad vibes that's lying in the house for some time and stuck there, in your physical space somewhere. So that could also be a good thing. So Palo Santo wood is a really good one that you can use to smudge the house with, especially in the evenings. And whenever you do these things, just give it an intent and do it for around 21 days, 43 days, 90 days, depending on how deep or how bad your problem is. And really, I'm not saying that this is going to solve all of your problems, but all I'm saying is, if you're willing to put an effort, and if you're doing so many other things to solve an issue, this might just be one such thing which will help you in this. So that was Palo Santo. Now the the fourth stuff that we have here is sandalwood. Now sandalwood, all of us know, really gets us grounded. It helps us calm down. It helps us get in that state of mind where we are so clearly thinking about where we can get to actually go into deep thoughts. So if you just light up sandalwood, it's actually going to calm you down, keep you grounded, and give you some serious thought about whatever is going on in your life as a couple, or probably just as a person, personally, individually to you. So that could help, in breaking that communication barrier that you're having with your other half. And so sandalwood would be a good one. Then, of course, we have rose. Now, everybody knows that rose opens your heart chakra, and it allows you to accept the other person in your life. So it brings about self-love, and also it physically helps you, get closer to a person, because it opens your heart chakra. So rose is going to be a good one. But now the other things that I'm talking about, rose and other stuff that I'll be talking about, will work once all of these negative things have been taken care of. So that's the reason I started with dragon's blood, because that is one incense which is like really physically going to clear your space of negative energy. And same goes for camphor as well. So now we have rose. Rose is really going to make you physically attracted towards the other person and get you in that couple mode. So it's going to solve your problems in that sense. Then we have jasmine, which has been proven by research to be a potent aphrodisiac. So if you use that, your chances of you getting closer to your other half on the physical plane, as in particularly in the sense of the body, and in that sense, it's going to probably get you closer to solving your issues. That's ailing your marriage or your relationship for some kind, for some time. So jasmine would be a good one at that. Now the third one, I think this is the last one that we have. So we have patchouli. Now patchouli is really good at getting you in that frame of mind where, it's that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam frame of mind, where everybody is your family, and you accept the other with their flaws and imperfections. So if you find that there's something in that other person which is not letting you get close to that person, patchouli is going to be a really good one. However, patchouli is not something that everybody likes, but patchouli has been proven to invoke that feeling of worldly love in you. So, and this helps solve the problem between the you two, and it helps you actually really accept the person the way he or she is, and celebrate the difference in compared your differences, and in that sense it's going to help you come closer together as a couple. So I think I've given you 7 fragrances. Like I said, I'm not giving any particular brand as such, but feel free to choose whichever incense brand you want. I have reviewed quite a few incenses. You might just want to go and check out the various fragrances that I've done, and you might just want to choose any of these. And I really hope that things work out between you two. I just thought I'll discuss this because it's really important for couples to be happy with each other, for the entire society to be happy then, because that's the basic unit, the most basic unit of a society. And as a couple, if you're not happy with each other, this will of course translate into many other things that we do with each other in the world, in the society as whole. And so that's the reason I just thought I'll let you know about this. Do let me know if you want me to discuss fragrances, like last time I'd done about the fragrances that will help your home smell amazing. If you haven't seen that episode, you might just want to go and check that out. So that was there. Now this time I've done about couples. I'm planning to do something about the students. If you have specifically something in mind which you want me to discuss here, just let me know. I'll be happy to do that for you here. And go ahead, try these incense fragrances, and I hope things work out between you guys, and I hope you have a happy married life and lots of conjugal bliss together. So that's the episode for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you learned something from it. If you think somebody else can learn something from it too, share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. This is Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching this episode. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself.